go into fetal position. Yeah. You want to elaborate on that? You want to skip that one?
Oh, I mean, it probably would have just been the grief of my buddy whose oldest boy has
So
cancer.
genuinely, like on the ground in a fetal position?
Yeah, that and just other leadership stuff. I'm a part of other areas that are challenging, right?
So
just,
this is interesting to me. So it's at the end of the day, and you just feel overwhelmed, stuff like that, and you're just like,
I get very overwhelmed,
and you can't handle it anymore, and so
I just have a good cry
by yourself.
Yeah, my wife gets really uncomfortable when I cry.
She bolts.
She's like, I'm the crier. No, I'm just kidding. My wife's very comforting. It throws her off though, because I'm like a big sobber, right? It's like, I don't really normally cry that often. Then when I cry, I like really ugly cry.
And you fight, and then you...
Feels very good. Feels very good. Okay. More people should try it.
And do you pray afterwards?
Yeah. I cry out to God sometimes. Just cry out to him. And I think that's where it comes back to, like you had asked me in my, I don't know, maybe it was on the one we haven't shared, the unreleased podcast, but it was just kind of about my story of coming to faith in God. And it was like the Psalms, right? Like a lot of the Psalms are just people crying out to God, right? And a lot of the Old Testament is. And I feel like that's a healthy thing to do. God can handle our sadness. He can handle our grief. I know that. Anger. I mean, people in our community have lost babies recently, and you have, and there's a lot of really, really tragic things. And there's no gentle word that's going to heal that. There's no Bible verse in the word of the Lord is encouraging, but like, there's just, we're built to be like, we're created with emotion of just deep sadness,
joy and sadness.
And sad is very natural. And if you are never sad, then you probably don't experience great joy either.
Yeah.
You know, I think that people that are like, you're just numb, you're flatline, right? So I think I feel relatively healthy that way. I think that you've mentioned it the other day to me. I wonder if I probably do carry other people's stuff too much. But I don't think that's all bad. I feel like I'm pretty empathetic because of it, and it makes me a caring person. And I don't know if that's just the way I cope. And it often comes like I'll exercise or something, and then it comes like I have to almost exercise first before I can like get into the fetal position. But I just need to be like broken down because I'm just like clinging to just literally white knuckling my emotions, which I mean, often people are doing in life. You realize that when all of a sudden someone comes unhinged and they look pretty calm and they get angry, it's like, whoa, like you were already pretty mad before this happened, right? That's pretty typical for all of us. Like there's things building and festering, and then one person does something, we snap, right? So yeah, I feel like I enjoy that process because I know that then I'm not relying on my own strength. And I find, like, I don't know if you have this, but like, it's kind of like what we were taught there's a video in Freedom Session a while ago where, you know, we're sick, we pray to God, we're sick, we have struggles, we have problems in our family, but do we pray as much if everything's going fine? No, because then we got this, right? Like if everything is good, we got this. And I think that's pretty human. I don't think that's unique to my character. I think sometimes
that's why God gives hardship, to teach us how much we need him.
Yeah, that's how I feel. If I had to be honest with you, and I mean, I just feel like I always say I get brought to the end of myself very quickly in those moments. And it's usually just through things where, like sickness. And
so what would you say to someone that says like, oh, I just don't, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I never cry. I'm just off. I
think that a lot of people just stuff all their emotions.
So how do you stop stuffing them?
You have to somehow start opening up about the things that have actually happened to you, or the things that you think, like the real thoughts, like tonight. Now, of course, we're recording a week before, so this would have already happened, but this, we're doing the closet inventory session 13, right? And it's the closet and confession, and it's so healthy. It's like you will become emotional when you deal with, and just share that last 10% of this stuff and obviously some people, hardly anybody know anything about them because they just don't live in that deep relationship. But most people have friends and family that they talk to. But how often do we really share every last thing with one person? Don't share it with everybody, but how often? You know what I mean?
Like, I mean, I had a.
Have you had freedom in that? Like, how would you describe that process of being fully known by somebody else and having no secrets?
It's crucial to I think living with joy. I mean. As soon as you start having some secrets of any kind, that's when you start dying. I can't. I start shutting down. Everything starts going sideways. I feel like I almost have an allergic reaction to it now because I was hiding for so many years and stuff like that, and it caused so many problems. But
keeping parts of your life a separate
hidden
thing. Yeah.
But what I realized last week was that I was being really open about the past, but then I wasn't necessarily being that open about how I was feeling like in the moment or like in the last week with Nicole or and stuff like that. Not that I wasn't even that conscious about it. It was just more subconscious, where I was just like just super overwhelmed, and there was some stuff I was dealing with, and yeah, I was just holding it in. I was just like, just be stronger and stuff like that, rather than just saying like, I'm just having a super hard day and I feel overwhelmed. And I feel like when I share that with someone, or especially with Nicole, that I'm like putting pressure on her or like overwhelming her or whatever. And so that's the story I create in my head. So then I just say, oh, I'll just keep it inside. Like, people don't actually care. Like, you're just going to be like, people are going to think, get your shit together or whatever. And so then you don't share. But yeah, and some
will, but that doesn't matter. The people that really care about you appreciate the honesty,
right? That's right. Yeah.
And value that despite the struggle.
But when you consistently are doing that, that's why I think the Bible is so clear about confess your sins one to another.
Another saying you posted a while ago on your feed was that men fall in, I don't forget who said it, but men fall in private long before they fall in public.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of ties into that and I think men and women get it, where they get imposter syndrome. Like, I hear that a lot in ministry, and it's like, I think we can have that just in our Christian walk or just in general, where we're thinking things all the time, and if they're awful things, and we're doing awful things behind closed doors or just in private that basically nobody knows about, and then the rest of our life looks a different way, and then you're completely useless.
Yes.
Because you're just like,
even the thinking part, like just thinking, if you're thinking crazy things, like tell someone that you're thinking that crazy thing. Yeah. If you're just handling it by yourself, that it doesn't work. It grows.
No, it does not work. It grows.
I was telling someone else this week about, like, people have asked me for, like, how did you end up cheating on your wife? Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's like giving in 1% over 5 years every week.
Yeah, going a little further
it's
down
never
the path.
Like, it's never a one huge jump. It's like, and then never being real about that, and yeah.
Interesting.
Anyways, moving on. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that episode and were blessed by it, would you be willing to support the show? That would help a lot in creating more content, improving the quality of the content, putting the production value, getting more guests on, and me being able to spend more time and energy towards it. So if you're interested in doing that, you can click up here and it'll take you to a support page. But you can also subscribe to the podcast by clicking over here and doing that. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.